Bring it out.
Well, the root, I know the first one, it goes into stranger.
Bring it out, bro.
All right, Strong's H, 5234. Now, head, and saying that this is the root to reconcile, recognize, acknowledge, know, respect, discern, regard.
You remember when I was telling you about the car? Remember when I mentioned that, I said, don't forget that. Don't forget about the car. Okay? Remember when I was telling you about that? Because that word there goes into the car. Okay? Now, when you go back out to the beginning of it.
That's Strong's H, 5236.
And it says what?
A car. Foreign, alien, foreigners,
aliens.
I don't think I pronounced foreigners. That which is foreign, foreigners, foreign gods, alien, foreigner.
Yeah. So it's saying a foreigner, somebody that's strange. Okay. So people would see that and say, "Oh, that's not talking about an Israelite. That's talking about another nation." Well, let's find out. Okay. Now, that word there is Nakar. And I said earlier in the video, remember that word Nakar. Okay? Now, let's continue on. Now we know that word there is Nakar, right? And when you go to the root of it is what? Is to acknowledge or something like that.
To recognize, acknowledge, know, respect, discern.
Alright. So the Hebrew word that's strange is Nakar. And let's see if Israelites is called Nakar. Okay? Continue on. We're reading in verse 3, right?
Come. It says, neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself unto Yahawah Shem Yahawashi speak, saying, Yahawah Shem Yahawashi hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree.
Go ahead.
For thus said Yahawah Shem Yahawashi unto the eunuch that keep my Sabbaths and choose the things that please me and take hold of my covenant.
Right. Go ahead.
Even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name.
You already know. Anytime you're dealing with everlasting, you're dealing with Israel. Okay? Okay? Go ahead.
That shall not be cut off.
That shall not be cut off, man. Okay, go ahead.
Also the sons of the stranger that join themselves up to Yahawah Shem Yahawashi to serve him and to love the name of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, to be his servants, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer.
Go ahead.
Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar.
Go ahead.
For mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people.
Go ahead.
Yahawah Shem Yahawashi power which gathereth the outcast of Israel said, yet will I gather others to him, besides those that are gathered unto him. Are ye beasts of the field, come to devour ye, all ye beasts of the forest.
Now, when you deal with Isaiah 56 and 11, gathering the outcast, let's go to Isaiah 11:11. That's the precept to that. Okay? because the Most High gonna gather all the outcasts of Israel. Now, going back up to verse 4. Read verse 4 again.
This is Isaiah chapter 56, verse 4. For thus said Yahawah Shem Yahushai unto the eunuch that keep my Sabbaths and choose the things that please me and take hold of my covenant.
All right, give me Isaiah 44 and verse 4 and verse 5.
This is Isaiah chapter 44, verse 4. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as widows by the water courses.
Isaiah 44 and verse 4.
Come.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 44, verse 4. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows, Salakia, willows by the water courses. So, verse 5. One shall say, I am Yahawah by Shem Yahushai, and other shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahawah by Shem Yahushai, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
That's 4 and 5. Good. So that's Israelites coming back to their nationality, embracing Yahawah Shem Yahushai that didn't know him. Okay? So when you deal with that word stranger, that's dealing with an Israelite who was a foreigner to Yahawah Shem Yahushai and his nationality. He coming back. Okay? Now go back over there to Isaiah 56 and we finna jump. We finna jump to Jeremiah 2 and 21. Jeremiah 2 and 21. Now we look up that word stranger right there in Isaiah 56, and the word came up, what? The car, right? Okay, now let's see if Israel is in the car.
This is you said Isaiah 2 and 22, right?
No, Jeremiah 2 and 21.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 21.
Go over there, bro, and have that blue letter loaded up.
Jeremiah 2 and 21.
Go ahead.
Yet I have planted thee.
Hold on. Go to the first verse, and then jump to 21. Jeremiah chapter. Yeah.
Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Moreover, the word of Yahawah Bahashim Yahushua came to me, saying. Now, this is verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed.
Right. Go ahead.
How then art thou turned?
No. Where you at? Nah, go back up. Go back up to the first verse. Read verse 1, right? And verse 2 first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahawah Shem Yahushua came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus said Yahawah Shem Yahushua, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown.
Go ahead. Verse 2.
Yeah, that was verse 2.
Go to verse 3 too.
Okay, verse 3. Israel was holiness unto Yahawah Shem Yahushua, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend.
Right. So Israel was holy. Right? So let's jump down to verse 21.
Okay, verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine?
Of a strange vine. So Israel became what? A strange vine. So let's look up that word strange.
It's strong H 5237. Nohi means foreigner.
Yep. Then let's go all the way to the root. Because it's dealing with foreign. Okay? What the brother looked at. Now we're finna go all the way to the root, and it should say what? The car. Bring it out.
This is Strong's H 5234. Now here, to recognize, acknowledge, know, respect, discern, regard, to be recognized, to regard, observe, pay attention to.
So that's in the car, right?
Okay.
So let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Make sure. Let me see what you got. See? That's the car. Now I want to go back out. Let's see what you got. Pull that up. So what I wanted him to bring out is what? The car, right? So that word stranger in Isaiah 56, that word there is what? The car. So when you go over to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, in the 21st verse on down, when you look up that word stranger there, that's Nakar. So did Israel become a Nakar? Yes. They became foreign. The Most High wasn't even recognizing them. He was like, man, who are y'all? You know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, we're finna read it. Finish reading in that 21. Jeremiah 2 and 21.
Okay, this is Jeremiah 2 and 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant?
Yep, go ahead.
Of a strange vine unto me.
Of
Question.
a strange vine. So when you look up that word strange, when you go to the root of it, it's Nakar. You see? So that's an Israelite when you look up the word. Go ahead.
For through thou wash thee with nitrate.
So nitrate is like what they used to use in the ancient world as soap, but it's like a cleansing agent. Okay, when you Google, you can Google nitron, and it'll tell you it goes into how they used to take salt and oils and things of that nature, and they used to use it as soap, and it's a cleansing agent. They're like acid, in other words. It cleans off stuff. So the Most High is telling you, read that again.
This is Jeremiah 2 and 22. For through thou wash thee with nitrate, and take thee much soap.
See?
Yet thine iniquity is marked before me.
See? Go ahead.
Said YAHAWASHI power.
Go ahead.
How canst thou say I am not polluted?
See? So Israel became polluted. They became a Nakar. Okay? The Most High was like, what the this? But when you read Isaiah 56, that Nakar, which is the Israelite, he coming back to the Most High. He keeping the Sabbath. He being close to the Most High. Okay? So that's what they're talking about. Go ahead.
I have not gone after
Yeah, Balaam.
Balaam.
Go ahead.
Question.
That's the idol. Go ahead.
See thy way in the valley. Know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary.
Dromedary. You know what that is? That's like a camel, a female camel that's in heat.
What?
Yeah. That's a female camel in heat. But the Most High is comparing Israel to a female camel in heat. Now keep going.
Traversing her ways.
Traversing her ways. Go ahead.
A wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure.
So that's a donkey, a female donkey that's in heat. She be throwing up the dust, but she's in heat. Same way with that donkey, dromedary. So what it is the Most High saying Israel is lusting after them idols. Like a donkey in heat and like a camel in heat. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Israel is when it comes to them idols, man.
Hey, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In her occasion, who can turn her away?
Who can turn her away? So when that donkey or that camel, that dromedary is in the heat, who can turn her away? That mate don't get to her. So that's the same way with Israel. Israel gonna run to them idols, man. Who can turn Israel away from them idols, man? That's why the Most High gonna have to light them up. And that's why the Most High was looking at them like, man, y'all in the car, y'all strange. So that's why he was saying what he was saying in Isaiah 56. He's like, look, if y'all turn back and keep my, you know what I'm saying, my Sabbath, then I will accept it. But you gotta remember, these people are like dormitories and wild asses. They like female animals, which is dromedary is a camel female, and the donkey, and the ass is a female donkey that's in heat. So he's saying Israel is in heat like when it comes to them idols, man. You see? Go ahead.
All they that seek her would not worry themselves.
Go ahead.
In her month they shall find her.
In her month they shall find her. Even with that camel in heat, even with that donkey in heat, when that time to be, when she in that heat, her mate gonna find her, man. That's the same way Israel is with them idols. They gonna find them idols, man. They gonna be worshiping them, man. Wherever they at, man. So that's how they became a strange plant, man. At first they wasn't like that. That's why I told them to read from Jeremiah chapter 2, 1 all the way down to 3, because they was holy. But then when you get down to verse 21, it start telling you how they start going on, man. And how they strange, man. And that word there in the car, man. So you got to know what these words mean, and when it comes to stranger and all that, because people will trip you up. Okay? Saying, oh, the strangers can make it. What about the stranger? What about this stranger? What about this? No, you don't know the meaning of the word. You see? That's what it is, man. And these fake Christians will try that, man. Especially like somebody like Vocab alone. Somebody like Vocab, he'll try that on you, man, if you ain't learned. What about this stranger? What about the mixed multitude? He'll try that on you, man. You see, but if you know them words, you like, Manda Kaiser. Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst.
Yeah.
But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers.
See? See? Go ahead.
And after them will I go.
See? That's Israel, man. So, you brothers got anything else? No. So, with that, you know what I'm saying? With that, I like to give all praises to, we're going to turn to the east. I like to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Rakah HaKadosh, and double honors to the elders apostle GMS, who rule well. Salute you brothers pushing this word and truth to sincerity and strength. Power Yahweh Shem Shai. So with that, Mawafla Babylon,
Mawafla Babylon,
Mawafla Babylon,
Mawafla Babylon,
and Mawafla 2/3 Shalom. Stay strong and search the scriptures. And Lord willing, the family of the word comes soon.